Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now.
All right, Harris. October 27th, you're back in action. Main event
Yep.
time. How you
Yes,
feeling
sir.
ahead of the fight?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm more prepared than I ever have been. I've had a really long camp. I don't really do the camps. I stay in training, so I haven't fought for almost a year now. So I've just been training really hard and getting ready for whatever was next. And this is what was next.
Why the long layoff?
After my last fight, I actually tore my knee a little bit. I tore the meniscus and the MCL. And it was one of those injuries where I didn't need surgery. I just needed to take some time off and I could avoid surgery. So I did that. And in doing so, I had to take, I think it was like a little over a month off. And then I really wanted to make sure I was 100%, so I didn't re-tear the knee. So I took it really slow and made sure my knee was 100% before I took another fight.
How was that month? Was it, two reactions or two things can happen, right? One thing is like you're going crazy, right? Because you want to
Yeah.
train, you want to do everything, and the other thing is like, yeah, man, I got to relax and I got to just enjoy myself, enjoy life a little bit. What was it for you?
For me, it was actually almost perfect timing, I'll say, because after my fight, I proposed to my now wife. So it gave me some time away from fighting to kind of, take care of some like things that I've been thinking about for a long time. So I proposed to my wife. Um, we had a really fast wedding. We booked the wedding within like 3 months, 3 or 4 months, whatever it was. And, we've actually been dating for over a decade. So it wasn't like, super odd that we rushed the wedding. We just wanted to get it done in the summer while it was still beautiful out. And we rushed a wedding and we got a really nice wedding out with our family. And it was a really good time. So for me, it was almost perfect timing, I'll say, because I got to enjoy a lot of outside stuff that I've wanted to, do like big man things, so to speak. So that was cool, man.
Yeah, it gives you time to step away from the sport a little bit and
Yeah.
realize and get that fire, burning again, because sometimes it can get repetitive, right?
Yeah, like sometimes you don't feel human. Like you do it, you train so much and you work and you do other things and you start losing sight of what, life's about and kind of what your why is. And so you step away a little bit and you do things outside of fighting. And I think it kind of, yeah, like you said, it refuels that fire and you remind yourself why you do this. And, anytime you step away from anything, you kind of get that grass is greener on the other side effect and you want to go back into it so hard. So I did get that and it was good. It was a good recharge, man. Yeah.
How was it getting back into training after the, recovering from the knee
It was good. Yeah, it was good. Credits to Barwiz Physical Therapy here in Denver. They're a really high end physical therapy place. And I went to them when I injured my knee. I talked to an orthopedic surgeon, and he's the one who told me, I don't think you need surgery. So I went to these physical therapists and I said, what can we do? What? And they put me on a 6-week program. And after that 6-week program, man, I felt so good and I felt 100%. And so when I started training, I pretty much went right back into it. My cardio was a little crap, because you can't keep that cardio unless you're training hard. So my cardio was crap for a couple of weeks, I'd say, and then I quickly got back into it. One of my good friends from Germany came to town, Roberto Soldic, who fights for one championship, and so I helped him get ready for his fight for about 3-4 weeks, and that helped me get back into it. So it was also a good thing, I got to train at a really high level with a really high level guy and get right back into that shape, So it wasn't too bad, man. I thought it was going to be worse than it was, but I think staying clean with a diet and not drinking, not smoking, not doing dumb things outside of fighting, it keeps me always just right there.
for sure. And any plans to go out to Germany and train with Soldic and the team out there?
Yeah, he always tells me to come, man. So I need to go out there. I think they're in Dusseldorf. So yeah, I need. I was actually I lived in Germany for 3 or 4 years before we moved to the States. So it would be nice to get back there.
Yeah. Yeah, I plan on eventually running into him because I do a lot of the one championship shows as well.
Oh, do
So
you? Heck yeah.
yeah, so I wasn't there in Denver, but I when they're in Bangkok or Singapore or anywhere in Asia, I'm usually there. So hopefully I
Oh,
run
that's
into him in this
awesome,
next
man.
fight.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, dude. I think UFC one championship, that's the two biggest in the world. One's probably even bigger, right? I mean, if you actually look at the views and stuff, I think one's actually even bigger. That's awesome, man.
There's a lot of opportunities, man, out there for fighters, man. There's so much going on, and
Yeah,
you. Let's get back to the fight, man, because
heck
we
yeah.
gotta talk about the opponent, Daniel Frunza. Daniel
Yep.
Frunza, like, what can you tell me about the matchup, and how do you feel about the matchup?
Daniel Frunza, man, he's good. He's 7-2. I think he's knocked out most of his guys that he's beat. So, from what I can see, dude, he's a really good striker. He can switch to both stances. You know, a guy that I respect. I think that beating this guy will definitely, bring a lot of attention to myself and hopefully either, put me in contention for that LFA belt and or give me a short notice in the UFC. So I think beating a guy like Daniel Frunza, a guy who's really good at striking, he's got experience. He's 7-2. I think it's the next step for me. It's what I got to do to get to the next place, whether it be the LFA belt or it be a short notice UFC fight. This is the guy I got to beat. He's good. I respect him, and I'm prepared for him. I'm prepared for what he does, and uh, you know that's all I got on that.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's all about proving yourself at that level right now. You know what I mean? And then you
Yep.
reach the next level, and you continue your path. With the with the this fight, it's in Vail, Colorado. How far is that from you, man? Vail.
Vale's like an hour and a half from us. It's up the mountain though, so we're already at like 5,200 feet elevation, so about a mile high. They call us the Mile High City. And when we go up to Vale, it'll be another 3,500 feet. So we'll be pretty high up, man.
Yeah. Why they got to do that to you guys, man? Like, why did they just?
Dude, I wanted the same thing every time. This is my third time fighting in Vale, bro. So uh, I know what it feels like. I'm prepared for it. I've been going up in the mountains and acclimating for the last month or so, and it's tough, man. No matter how you prepare for it, it's always tough. And I think Daniel coming from Florida, sea level, is a huge advantage for me. It's something that I looked into a lot when watching film. This is a fight where I need to pressure the guy. I need to push the pace, and I need to take advantage of the elevation that I've been blessed to have around me. So it's it's a tough fight, but I think the elevation and going to Vail is actually a huge benefit for me.
Yeah. You got to take every advantage in this game that you can have.
Yeah,
I was
man.
talking to another fighter about it, and he said, "Man, I don't want the best version of my opponent. I want them to have a bad training camp. I want them to be divorcing their wife. I want, like that's. He's like, I want them to be like, stub their toe or something. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have those advantages
Yes,
because
of
a
course.
win is a
I think
win, no matter what. People forget about
I
everything
agree.
else.
I think I respect the aspect or the side of like, some guys they truly want the best version of their opponent because they're fighting for legacy and they can't sleep at night knowing their opponent, had something going on. Some guys are really like that. I've met guys that are so passionate, so dedicated to the game, and so worried about their legacy that they truly want the best version of their opponent. Um, I'm in it for legacy too, bro, but I'm also in it for money. So give me the worst version of my opponent, bro. I don't care. You
Yeah,
know
you
what I'm
got
saying?
both sides, man. Like you said.
On Instagram, I'm gonna say I think that was the best version of him, no matter what.
Exactly, because that's all they're gonna remember, right? They're
That's
gonna
it.
remember all the other stuff, man.
That's it, man.
And yeah, what are you expecting out of yourself, though? You know what I mean? Because this is a big spot, like you said. There's, it's like a fork in the road, man. You win this one, it gives you like options. It gives you exits
Uh-huh.
to go to different, promotions or whatnot.
Yeah, what I expect from myself in this fight is a whole new version of myself on the feet. I've been working with the new striking coach Justin Houghton at Pound for Pound, and in my opinion, man, this guy is one of the best striking coaches I've ever worked with in my life. And I've been in the game for a decade now, so working with Justin, I've just been able to improve, a lot of my striking, a lot of my offense. Um, the way I punch, the way I kick is tremendously improved. I don't have any more openings like I used to. And my last fight actually got dropped twice because I was just I was so aggressive. I almost turned it into a street fight, and I've kind of made a lot of adjustments to not do that anymore. And I've just gone through the ringer to make sure I don't do that anymore. I keep my chin down when I'm striking, and my wrestling and my grappling constantly improves. I've been wrestling since I was a little kid, so I just expect the best way to put it, like the best version of Haris Talundzic you're going to see. Like a John Jones, George St. Pierre, someone who's just fully well-rounded in every part of the game, and I expect myself to outclass him in every aspect of this fight. So that's what I expect from myself, and that's what I expect to do on October 27th. Is just outclass him and outperform him in every part of the game.
There you go. October 27th, LFA 170. It's a weird, ironic thing because you're going to fight at welterweight.
Yes.
And
That's an
Bell,
omen,
Colorado. Man. Bell, Colorado. Everybody needs to bring their oxygen mask because it's pretty high up there.
Have you read The Alchemist?
Yeah. No, I haven't, but I know about it.
Yeah, there's like a line in there, maktub, like it means in Arabic, it means it was written. And I always say that, I think is something about every fight that I get, man. It just feels like it was written. There's always like different factors that I'm like, man, how does this happen every time? And once again, man, there's so many facts to this game. And all I can say, man, is maktub. But this was written. What's going to happen on October 27th was already written. I'm just going to go out there and do my thing. I'm fully prepared for what the outcome, whatever it may be, is.